What's going on, everybody? I'm using my webcam again. I didn't want to do editing on this video, but I will be doing 2 to 3 videos tonight, and I'll be doing some editing and putting up some screenshots and all that good stuff. I used to do YouTube, very large channel, back in 2010. So YouTube is got some new features. The live things new and all that good stuff. I know I could use my phone, and I'm thinking about using my phone sometimes for you guys. But what we're going to be talking about today is electronics. A lot of people want to talk about electronics, and I am someone that sells phones. I sell cell phones, and I found a few sites that talk about selling cell phones, and I found one. I'll try to get the link in below after this is done being live. To that, I'm going to put a link to my brand new Facebook page. I'm actually going to build a website also. We're going to call it Reselling is Life. Reselling is Life is going to be about reselling everything, guys. I'm going to share my knowledge with you guys. I'm going to share everything I can with you guys. And I'm not going to really do like paid courses. I'm going to let you guys learn off my own sweat. And my own mistakes, and go from there. But I am going to set up a Patreon, and if people think I'm doing good for them, maybe they can throw me some money on a Patreon, or I might get a PO box for you guys to send me some broken electronics, and I'll fix them. I have a friend that does that. He gets old stuff and he fixes it, and he does a video about fixing it, and stuff like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk. It's kind of ironic. I had to go out today, and I thought I'm going to stop at some thrift stores. And but before I went out, I play a game called Rust. And I know some people are going to be like, "Oh, Rust," and some people are going to be like, "Wow, Rust." But I play it, and I got caught up. I was playing with some friends, and I got caught up this morning. And I do that every once in a while, but I can do that. And the cool thing is during that I was selling on eBay. When I had to wait for certain things, I was selling locally. I literally sold some Nintendo 64s. I sold a computer setup, and the person couldn't get to me. And usually I say, no, you got to get to me to pick it up. But I wanted to go out. So my wife and we went out, and I delivered this computer to her. And on the computer, I made a really good profit on the computer. Really good, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And I went to some thrift stores, and I was talking to people saying there's more out there than just cell phones. There's a lot more than just cell phones. I don't know. I don't want to say that buying cell phones is bad. Buying cell phones is great money, but the difference is there's a lot of people know about cell phones. So when they're buying an iPhone 7 and they're spending $1,000 on an iPhone 7, and next year they're getting an iPhone 8 and they're paying another $1,000 for that phone, they're getting an iPhone X, paying $1,000. They're gonna just think that phone is worth $500. Now, hear me out. There's people out there saying, well, how am I supposed to get them to get lower so I can make money? If you're selling a phone, let's say I don't have a phone in front of me. This is a really cheap old Motorola, but if you're selling a phone and you're like, as a flipper, I want $300 for this, and someone comes and offers you $180, you're like, that's nuts. This is worth $300. And I've seen it on the pages. Well, I get lowballed all the time when I sell local. But you're one of them guys too. So you got to understand that there are some types. You've got to give something more than just listing the phone, saying, here you go. I'll get in that in another video. I'll tell you how to sell local and how to maximize your profits. We'll go through that, and I'm talking sell local everything. You got to sell yourself kind of more than you sell the product. There's got to be a reason. There's tons of iPhone 7s out there. What sets you apart? Same thing on eBay. There's millions of iPhone 7s out there. What sets you apart? Is it going to be price? You're giving up money then. Is it going to be service? There you go. But anyways, let's go ahead and start talking about this. I went to a Goodwill. There was a Goodwill. Yeah, I went to a Goodwill, and I spent $13. It was originally $13, I think. Let me see. It's on a case down here. It was $13.99. After taxes, 14 something. But I do have a Goodwill card. I wonder if I can get that out. I recommend getting one because after so many points, you get $5 off. So I have a Goodwill card. And I was like, wow, what? $5, $5. Worked out today where I rounded up to 15. I always round up. And I spent $10 on this. What I bought was a Sony Handycam. The Sony Handycam, I haven't tested it fully. I haven't tested the actual tape deck, but everything else works on it. I tested it right there. I plugged it in, did the zoom, checked the eyepiece. Everything else, all the other buttons except for the stuff that controls this, works. I know it does. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a tape in it today, and I have the tapes right here. I have tapes. We'll throw a tape in there, and we'll give it a test. Now, I spent $10 on this, but I wanted to say I had a $5 off thing. Let's just say I spent 15, okay? Because if you're out looking, you're going to be like, oh, I don't got that. I get it. Let's just say 15. Now, when I comped this, they were kind of all over the board, anywhere from $40 to $100. Now, the $40 one sold, it was just this unit. Now, this one is in really good shape, too. I mean, this one looks, it doesn't even look really used. It's really good shape. So I looked at it. I sell these all the time. So I'm also trusted. I have a 100% rating. And no, I'm not going to share my eBay. There's a reason I don't share my eBay, because there are trolls. I'm not saying that you are going to troll me, but there are trolls out there that's going to start bidding and buying my stuff and not paying for it. And they do it with fake accounts. It doesn't really matter. And it's only hurting me and causing me problems. So I've seen it on other people's. So I don't do that. But I got a 100% rating. I don't have any negatives. And that's one of the big things. I stand behind my product too. I test it before it goes out. Now, do I get some people, like, I give an example. I sold a tape deck, a Walkman, a Philips Walkman, and it didn't have the belt clip. I put in the description that it did not have the belt clip. One of the photos showed it didn't have the belt clip. I had it up for $19.99 shipped. I think I paid 50 cents for it at a garage sale. Someone offered me $15. It cost me $3 to ship it. I was like, fine, boom, gone. Let's go. I accepted $15. The person got it a month later, about 28 days later, emailed me saying that it didn't have a belt clip. A Walkman's supposed to have a belt clip. They have to hold it when they go walking. And they didn't mess with me. They just wanted a refund. So I looked at it, a $15 item. I already got $3 in the shipping. I'd have to pay another $3 shipping back. So it went for $15. And then let's say if I got it back and I resold it for $15 again, I'd have $9 into it. I was like, whatever. I just refunded it. So I keep the item. But I made sure I said in that email and gave a link saying in my description, it said no belt clip included. It was missing. And the picture showed it. Now they're trying to pay me back. They actually felt really bad, I guess. I don't want to deal with it. I want nothing to deal with it. I refunded it. It's fine. It's $15. Who cares? But anyways, this here, I spent, like I said, I spent the $13 or $15, let's say. I had that $5 coupon off. It's comping at, $40 to $100. Now with the stuff I have, I'm putting it up for $99.99. I guarantee, I can almost guarantee, should I say 99% sure, I'm going to sell for $89.99. When I have them this complete, I've never sold one of these under $99. I've sold this exact model for $89.99. The only reason I'm going to do it, I have a couple extra batteries with it. That's why I'm going to try to get $100 out of it. I don't sell the cases with them unless it does say, Sony. This one here has a couple extra batteries, has a charger, and here is the other kicker I had. I got to find it in here. It had the remote. So I know my camera quality, this is only a 720p. I got to get my high def cameras out and do this, but it had a remote. So I'm actually going to make a really good profit on this. It's going to cost me no more than $12 a ship. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, cost me more. Again, I'm a power seller on eBay. I get a little bit cheaper shipping than most people. If you work hard, you'll get that cheaper shipping. You'll get cheaper fees. You get cheaper everything. And it adds up. So what you're looking for, and hey, what's up, Troy? I'm trying to look at the camera. I'm sorry. if they don't work, if you don't see that they're, if you don't know if they don't work, you could sell these still. These Sony Handycams, I get 30, 40 bucks broken. Easy. I put them up that you could put it up untested, probably get 30, 40 bucks out of them. Shipping on these, like I said, you can put them in a medium flat rate. I don't have a medium flat rate around me. But I put these in 11 by 8 boxes all the time. I don't have one of those either. But them make me a lot of money. I probably sell 3 to 4 of them, maybe a month. I can't come across them in this good a condition. Sometimes this is tore up a lot. And I sold a couple for 130 bucks with that tore up. It was a certain model. This model here is a CCD model, CCD TR96, if you guys want to look it up. There was one that sold for, like I said, 40 bucks, but the rest are around, you know, 60 to $80. There's a couple sold for 100. I'm putting it up for 100 bucks. Then the other thing, someone asked me to go through some things, Walkmans, and it doesn't have to be Sony. This is a Optimus Walkman, and again, this quality of this camera sucks. I'll be buying a new one now. This one here, I paid a quarter for at a garage sale. I never pay over $1 for any of them at garage sales, ever. And like I said, this one here has a recorder in it. That's why Optimus usually isn't that good of a brand, but they're going for $20 to $25. So I'll put $24.99 ship. This will cost me $3 to ship it. I use these envelopes. Everyone worries about it. These envelopes right here. As long as it's under a pound, you could ship it for first class. And I think what a normal rate is for first class. I for a pound, I think it's like $5, and then if you get around the 7 ounce mark, it's like 3 something. I pay 2 something for 7 ounces. The better you ship, I know, better you're at eBay, the better prices you get. The other thing is video games. Video games are a big part of my. I mean, I probably make more money on video games than I do cell phones. And I'm telling you, I got stacks of cell phones, guys. I got stacks. I do not sell cell phones on eBay. Unless they're my garbage. They are garbage. They go on eBay, and I'm not joking. I sold this on eBay. This is going out Monday. This is an LG something. Install later. I forget what it is, what one it is. To tell you the truth, it's an LG, but it's got a cracked screen. Android screens, you got to separate the digitizer and stuff, so it's not worth it to me to fix it. I got it for $4. No joke, $4. And it was at a garage sale for $4. It's clean. It can be turned on. I sold it on eBay for $69.99. So actual cell phones like iPhone 6s and iPhone 7s, iPhone 8s and stuff like that. I hear people say that, well, I just bought an iPhone 7 the other day for $100. And it was perfectly fine. They called me. They needed money. I gave them $100. I don't care. I got stacks of phones, and people call me. I need an iPhone 7. I have them. I need an iPhone 8. I have them. It's just the way it is. Super Mario Brothers 3. This is one of my top-selling Nintendo carts. I always try to have some of these on me. I sell these all day for $15 shipped, and I rarely spend over $1. Rarely. Nintendo carts are something that's really good. And another thing, cameras. I don't have the camera that I sold on eBay, but I just sold a point and shoot for $20. I get these all day long at garage sales, $5 and under. The $20 one, I forget what I paid. Probably, I'll just say $5. And I didn't send a charger with it. I don't send the chargers with them. I make sure I have the chargers here to test things. I just send the camera and say they are tested. And I take the batteries out and say you have to get your own battery. I probably get more money if I send it all, but that's how I do it. This one here, I tested. It works. It's a nice little camera. It's a Samsung L7 I'll sell this local for 20, 25 bucks. I know I paid $5 for that one. The guy just picked it up the other day. Stuff like this, I get cheap at garage sales too. This is a Dreamcast memory card. I'll get $30 for this, just for the nostalgia purpose of it in the box. Let's see what else I got. Oh shoot, I'm trying to look. Just to show you, I do buy stuff. Let's see if I can get this over here, because I was fixing someone's computer and I was using the mouse. I get these all day. It says 50 cents on them. That's actually from a garage sale. The reason I buy these for 50 cents is I sell computers. I'm a computer technician. That's how I started this. And I'll put together computer systems. And I'll put a monitor, keyboard, mouse, speakers. I just sold one today for 120 bucks. I had $5 in the whole setup. It wouldn't turn on for the person. Literally, they were putting it in. It ended up being a bad power supply. I had power supply stacked here from ones I did. So I just switched out the power supply, $5, but done. And I sold for 120 bucks. How do I find my garage sales? Oh, that is awesome. That's actually a really good question. I need to look at the screen more because I got to change this. But I use an app. It's called Yard Sale Treasure Map. I paid for mine. You don't have to pay for yours. It's Android or on Apple. And you go to the day. If you don't pay for your app, you only can look at today's. That's all you can do. If you pay for your app, you can look at any day. So I can look at the ones that are coming up. And I get a lot of other features, like I can plan it out more. I think I can number them and tell them where I've been already. But like today, I can go to, this camera is going to suck picking this up though. But I can do this, and there is 12 sales, and it's not going to pick up. Yeah, it is. There's 12, that's not going to pick up that well. But all them red dots are sales. If I go to yesterday's, I can show you yesterday's. It's going to show a lot more in my area. There's 50 sales found. And I can actually mark them out. Now, the app's not expensive. It's $2 if you want the actual app. And it saves me so much time and money. That's my favorite one. There are a few other ones. And the other ones show a little bit different features and stuff like that. I do like the Yard Sale Treasure Map because I can go to any town and it links with my phone. It tells me where I'm at. I hit all them garage sales this weekend. I hit every garage sale around me. It actually was a slow weekend with 50 sales in my area. I usually hit around 90. And people are like, how do you do that? I just map it out and I keep going. And you got to think, you got 2 to 3 days. Like Green Bay, as you see, Sunday just doesn't have a lot of sales in this area. But I go out Thursday and Friday, and I usually hit all of them on them 2 days. And then on Saturday, if a new sale pops up or something, I'll go out there if they have something. And usually it's on Craigslist, and they have contact information. And it's pretty bad. I'm known in my area, too. I'm really, really known in my area. So I got people calling me, like just on Facebook. I buy video games, and they offer me today 73 Nintendo 64 games with a Nintendo 64. I got to get them a quote today. They don't have anything really exciting. I think I'm going to offer them like 200. That's what I'm going to offer them. And you're like, if you're questioning that, 200, it probably, after I separate it all out, after I clean it all up, I'll probably get around $900 out of it all. And that's not even, I could probably do better. But some of it goes on eBay and some of it doesn't. It's only a couple old. Yeah, on eBay, what I do, I mean, eBay for my phones, I just don't see the point in spending $400 and listing a phone for $550 and then paying your 10% on top of it and whatever. I don't see the point in that. If I go on my eBay store, I mean, I don't think I have an item on there that I spent over $20 on, and I got items up there for $300-400. And that's what I do because I garage sale. And then my phones I do because I do so locally. I think I got this one on another one. I haven't done anything with phones. This one here I got given to me, and it's not iCloud locked. It's just beat up bad. I mean, the person goes, I don't want it. Here you go. Not iCloud locked. It's a 5C. But they gave me another one, and I paid $5 for it. And it was iCloud locked. Go figure. I paid $5 for a bunch of S3s. When they're in a bag, I know they're not locked. This S3, but it has that weird back case on it. If I take this off, it's like, I hate that. I got to get another back for it. I'll sell this. I'll sell this locally for $50. Easy $50 bill. People are looking for cheap phones, and everyone's like, well, you're not making tons of money, but I mean, I'm spending $5 on a phone, selling it for $50. I'm making a $45 profit local, while someone else is going out and spending $300 and selling something for $450, $500, making $200. let's say I take my $5 and I times it by 5. I got $25 into what, $250? My margins are a lot higher. Now, eBay is a good way to make money. It is a great way. Do not think not to do it. Now, I fix phones too. I mean, I tear down phones. I got screens up here. As you see, I got screens that I keep and I buy, and I use it to replace ones. This one's an iPhone 6 screen, just sitting here waiting. When I buy local, what price do I offer? I offer as low as possible. Everyone, there's no set term, honestly. I read people really well. I do. I sit there and I can look at a person and go, this person's going to want this much. My wife and I talk about it all the time. When we go to a meetup, and I'll be like, this person's going to want this. They're going to want $200. So the phone, I want to pay $100. I might have to pay up a little bit and give them 130, 140. And it usually is dead on. Or I'm like, this person doesn't care. They just want $50. They just want gas money. And I play that. And some people are going to be like, it's morally wrong. It's not morally wrong, because if it's morally wrong, you should be telling them people you can get more money for this phone. This is worth $500. I'm going to go sell this thing for $500. And that's what I feel like. If someone says pawn shops rip off people, pawn shops do not rip off people. People get in trouble and have to go to pawn shops because they're having problems with their money. And usually it's because they overspend on things. And I've been there. I lost everything I own. At one point in my life, I lost everything. And I'm talking home, car, everything I owned. So when people sit there and ask, tell me like, oh, you don't know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have nothing. And I'm talking nothing. You look outside, you don't have a car, you don't have nothing. So I put myself in that predicament. I did, because I overbought, I did this, I did that. I put myself in that predicament. Now today, I'm not playing off people's feelings, but if someone comes to me and they got an iPhone 7 and I can get it for $100, I'm going to pay $100. And then I'm going to list it up for what I feel like, 300, 325. Maybe 350, and I don't need to sell it. I'm not dependent on that sale. But also on the flip side, if someone comes to me and they genuinely need a phone and they need an iPhone 7, I have the room to say, okay, how about 275? Does that help you any? I can start helping people. And I'm known for that. So like, let's see, tablets. I sell tablets too. And I sell MacBooks. I sell everything. So someone comes up to me, someone needed a tablet one time for school. They legit only had $100 and they wanted an iPad. I sold them an iPad for $100. I was like, whatever. I had 40 into it. I didn't care. It was worth like $225, but I had the ability to do that. And I got myself a customer out of them at all times. Another reason, way I can do stuff is like when people bring me video games, they know they're going to get more than that they get at GameStop. They know they're going to get more than that at the pawn store, because I'm going to actually price each an individual game. But now, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them an offer. Like that person, I'm going to make $900 when I get that lot, and I'm going to pay $200. Okay. The difference is I'm getting this big lot, and I'm going to put more time into doing it. I'm going to tell that person it's going to take my time. That's what I'm trying to sell to them. I'm not going to say, well, I just resell, so I need to make a profit. No, I'm taking my time to take these. I'm taking my time to clean them. I warranty my stuff. I do this. I'm selling myself to that person. Look at the time I'm going to put into it. If you put this time in, you could probably get the same. And most of the time they're like, no, I don't want to put time in. Let's just do this. Because I'm selling myself. I'm not telling them a sad story of, hey, I just resell. This is what I do for a living. Well, no shit. You do this for a living. But, you got to sell what you're going to do. Where is a good price to buy screens? iPhone 7, honestly, I got to get the links. I buy from 2 people on Amazon, and I don't buy the cheapest ones on Amazon. They're like the iPhone 7 screen. I think I paid $34 for it. It's really close. I might have to get the link and put it in here afterwards. I forget the name of it. Literally, it's just in my favorites in my Amazon. I go there, and if one's out of stock, I go to the second guy. I do have a friend that's in New York that will sell me some stuff every once in a while, but I don't know if he's publicly selling. He owns a shop in New York, and he does MacBook repairs and stuff like that. So if he allows me, I'll go ahead and throw that link underneath here too. He's a really good source, but sometimes he doesn't have everything on stock because the guy repairs tons. I mean, I think he does 30, 40 repairs a day. He has employees, and the guy's insane. The guy is awesome. But I'll get them links and put them down here for iPhone parts. And the other thing is a lot of times I don't use the Chinese knockoffs. The Chinese knockoffs are a little thicker, and sometimes they don't work right. And of course, Apple's trying to, how should I put it? Apple's trying to fight us against that. They don't want third-party stuff. But if you order a screen from certain people, it costs you about $60 for a screen. Oh, I got to take this off. There we go. I had a test screen on that. But if you buy a screen from a refurbisher overseas, you'll get an Apple screen. The actual LED or LCD is going to be Apple, but the digitizer is going to be different. And the reason they're getting in trouble is when the customs inspects it, there's an Apple logo on the ribbon, and it's not on the digitizer ribbon. They're saying that they're knockoffs and they're impersonating Apple, but it's still an Apple screen, LCD, and Apple's trying to shut that down. And I know some people that got like 100 screens taken away from them. They paid for them. There's nothing they can do. Customs took them. So there's different things. Now, them screens would work 100%. They're almost identical in every single way except for that digitizer. Now, remember, if you guys are going to be doing screens, just remember, home buttons need to be moved. Even on the 6s, you have to move that home button, or the Touch ID will not work. On 7s and above, the button will not work at all if you do not move that home button. The home button is tied to the motherboard. So don't waste your time buying the ones with the home button on it. Don't waste time. You can buy the ones with the microphone. The microphone ribbons and stuff, it's not hard to move it, but sometimes it can be a pain to get them bent right and put back in there. So you can buy the ones with the front camera and the earpiece. I'm sorry, the earpiece. But down here, the home button's got to go with the screen. So like that's why this is not off this yet. I could use this screen on anything, but it's not there. I haven't taken it off because the motherboard's on that. Here it is. That motherboard's tied. That I have them together because I got to take them apart and bag them together. But cell phones are not the only way to make money. Computers aren't the only way to make money. I'll tell you another thing I do. I got it right here. This goes with another system, remote controls. This is a 1980s tape deck receiver, and this remote's worth like $30 by itself. How many times have you been to a garage sale and you see remotes in a bucket for $25? I usually buy them all. And the reason I usually buy them all is because I can use a remote. I get a receiver. It needs that remote or whatever if it's not worth anything. But then there's some that are worth money. I just sold a Pioneer or something. I don't know what it went to, but I put the model number. They all have a model number on it. Put the model number up there and just sell them. You can't sell them tested because you don't have the unit. I just sell them. I say untested, boom, and I sell them for $20, $30. Another thing, here's another one here. This is a computer. It has a sign on it, see? $5. This computer here is an XP. It's a small form. It don't have a disk drive, nothing like that. It's only got a VGA out. It's got PS2 outs for a keyboard and stuff, but you can just use the USBs. I don't even know what's in this yet. I haven't even turned it on, but I know it's an August 2008 machine. But it probably has like 160 gig hard drive in it, 2 gigs of RAM. It's got laptop RAM in it. So when I take apart computers, I know you guys are going to see my pink handle thing. I got RAM in this, and I can upgrade stuff totally. So I paid $5 for this. I get monitors for $1 to $5 or free. So let's just say $5 at the most. And the keyboards and mice I get for 50 cents as they show. I get them 50 cents all the time. And then a speaker system. I'll pay $1 or $2, whatever. So let's say I got 15 bucks into it. I'll sell that whole system for 100, 150 bucks. Easy. I'll put it up. It'll be gone when I got time. Literally, I'm at the point where I'm out of time to get stuff going because I'm selling so much and I'm meeting the person here to pick this up, or I'm going out garage sailing, I'm going out thrifting, I'm doing this. I don't have time to set this stuff up. So I'm up until 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm putting the stuff out there. I I sit there and post. Sometimes stuff don't even get posted on the marketplace. I just don't have time to post it because people are saying I need this, and I just write their name down. They're looking for a computer. I message them. They want it. Gone. I think I only have like 10 things up on the marketplace. And most of the time I do something like I put up. This is a good thing. I'll put up a Nintendo with a game, and I got like 40 on games. I got like 50 of these systems. I just put them up and keep redoing the same picture, but they come, yep, I got one left. I got one left. That's all I say. I got one left. I got one left, and I'm selling them left and right all day long. I pay like $5 for a Nintendo, $10 for a Nintendo. And you're like, how you do that? I usually buy the whole group. So I kind of separate the prices. If I get 30 games and a Nintendo and everything for, $50, I spread out the cost across that stuff. And I put one game with it. Usually it's Mario Duck Hunt. And if someone says, oh, do you got Tetris or do you got this game? I'll say, do you want to swap that out? If it's a more expensive game like Mario 3, I'll say, why don't you throw another $10 on for a Mario 3? What other games I got? I got another one sitting here, but this is worthless. It's Rollerball. I don't know why it's sitting up here. Maybe I was testing with it. And I mean, it's easy money. Garage sales are easy money. Thrift stores are easy money. It takes 5 minutes to go through. I'm trying to look at other stuff I get. Hard drives. I buy hard drives. This is just a hard drive I had. It was sitting at Goodwill. I paid $1 for it. It is a 500 gigabyte, 3.5. So this here, I don't know if it works yet. I haven't tested it. I can't say, yeah, it works, but who cares if it does or doesn't. It wasn't that much money, to tell you the truth. Let's see, Wii games. We already went over video games. I got more video games right here. I mean, literally, I just got video games everywhere. These were I brought up to show a guy, say, hey, you want a game with your 64? So he's going to pick that up tomorrow. Another thing I do want to talk about. This local sales. If you're selling on eBay, you already got a PayPal account. So you want to use this PayPal account to the fullest. You really, really do. And PayPal has a really cool thing. If you guys heard of Square Up, Square Up is a credit card processing place that will send you a little dongle, and you can take credit cards. Now, the basic swiping unit is free, but you want to get the chip reader. Chip reader costs $30, but I got a basic swiping unit here in front of me. So I want to talk about it. You want to get the PayPal one. And PayPal does not tell me to do this. I'm not sponsored by PayPal, nothing like that. I know someone's going to ask that. I know it. But this is just a mobile credit card processor, and you get your money instantly. So you could sell local, swipe these cards through this, and you get your money instantly. Now, there is a small catch. There is a fee. I pay a little bit less. I think it's 2.6, but I got the business account, and I've been with PayPal for 12 years, I think it is. And I do a lot of transactions. They actually lower the fees. Now, this is a basic swipe one. The other catch is this. You only can do $500, or they put a 30-day hold on the money in 7 days. So for 7-day period. So if you do $500 on the first day, you got to wait 7 days, or they're going to put a hold on any money you take when you swipe the card. That's why it's good to buy the the $30 chip reader. The chip reader, there's no hold. You get your money instantly. That's why this is still in the package. I have it because I haven't used it. But you want to get the chip reader. But if you're not doing over $500, then it's fine. But you're selling phones, you're going to do over $500. I promise you. It comes. This is brand new. Like, I have not opened it at all. So I'm opening it where you get a little sticker. So if you got a shop or you got something, you can even take a screenshot of this, scan this in, and put it on. They want you to advertise for them. So you download the app and you put this on your Android device or your Apple device. Yes, it does work on Apple. You just have to have the converter for this piece. They do have Apple ones you can order off PayPal too. Like I said, the only bad thing about this is that $500 limit every 7 days. But if you do $100, $100, $100, $100, $100 for 5 days straight, you wait 2 days, $100 drops off. It's a rotating 7 days. So it's a good little piece of equipment. It's only $30 for a chip reader one. And you can actually use it, and there's no limit unless you have a limit on your PayPal. Some people that just start out, if you start doing tens of thousands of dollars on your PayPal, they're going to want some information. They'll have you send in your ID. They'll have you send in some, what's the other thing? There's a few things that you have to do. I did that years and years ago. Literally, I call PayPal. They're really easy to work with. I call PayPal because for some reason, when I wanted to do this, when they came out with it, I was declined. I wasn't allowed to do this. And it ended up being I forgot to put one little line in the application, and I got declined. So I did it the next day, and I did it like 7 times in a row. And they're like, that put me in a red flag area. So they took care of it, sent it. They approved. I can't even talk. Approved me instantly, and I got my stuff. And literally, I keep these around. I have another one up here. Of these I keep in a car just in case I don't have my chip reader one. Just in case someone says, yeah, I want to buy that, and I got it in my car. I have honestly bought stuff at garage sales, drove half the day, and someone says, hey, Gary, what's up? Do you have any of this? I have one in my car, and sell it. It happens. So I always have a card reader on me, and I use it right through my phone. I wonder if I can pull up that app. I don't want to give out my information. That's the Goodwill app. I buy off Goodwill, too, on here. PayPal here. I'm going to log in. Yeah, you want to make it where you log in every single time. You don't want to, because if you lose your phone, then get to your PayPal account. But there it is. It just looks like I'm trying to get it where it will show you. And it's not there. See, I got to do it on an angle for you guys. But it's just like, it looks like a little calculator. You put in the amount. You put the item name. You can set it up with the same things. Like if you go iPhone 7, you're going to sell iPhone 7s for $350 every single time. iPhone 7, $350. And just hit that button, it automatically does it. You can do custom receipts and all that good stuff. And if you're going to be a store, you can actually use them as a credit card processor and buy the equipment from them. It's like $300 and everything's there. And I did have another question. Someone asked me about taxes. Taxes was something that has been coming up. I want to hit that real quick, and then I'm going to go. It's been 37 minutes, but that's fine. Someone asked me that says, when do I got to claim taxes? Here's what I say. Keep track of everything. Keep track of when you spend gas. Keep track of when you go out to eat. Keep track when you sell a phone, when you buy a phone. Don't just jot it down into the computer and to say that's what happened on that day. The reason is yeah, you might get away with it this year. You might get away with it next year. But if you're audited, if you're ever audited, it's a mess, guys. They want a paper trail. And taxes are more important than buying stolen goods. And you're going to be like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. The IRS will mess up with your world that more than a cop will any day. So what I do is when I go to garage sales, I actually write down every single one. I don't have customers sign it unless it's a phone. If it's a phone or like a tablet or something, I ask them to sign. Because I tell them, and I've never been told no, ever been told no. They're like, well, so I got it all set up. I just fill out everything. They sign it, done. But like for this equipment and video games, it doesn't. There's no serial number. There's nothing to show that this here is going to be that much different tracking wise. Now there is a serial number on it, but there's nothing that's going to sit there and go, that was my N8261913. Nintendo. There's nothing like that, but there is for phones. They can track them. So taxes are something that you want to keep track of. You want to do it. And if you're not keeping track anyway, how do you know you're making money? That's what I don't get. Everyone's like, you don't want to. How do you know you're making a profit? How do you know that you're making money? Because you should know what you're spending. You should know what you're spending in gasoline. You should know how much time it takes you to pick up the phones and what you got to do to the phones. All that. All that's money. You should figure out what you need to charge your business for your hourly rate. No joke. Because guess what? That will come out of your business taxes. Because I heard today about LLCs. There's different levels of, there's corporation, there's sole proprietor, there's LLCs. There's many different types of businesses. And now let's say you do go to an LLC. Now an LLC, you want to go ahead and get an EIN, which is a federal number. that gives it basically it's a social security number for your business. So now your business is going to have so much profit, but if you pay yourself an hourly wage, that's less coming out of the business and it's tax different. And I'm telling people, they're like, oh no, it's not. You just do this. I've seen people get in trouble. You got to understand the LLC when you go into it. You got to understand the corporation. You got to do. I tell people when they start out, go sole proprietor. The reason is it's just you. You can change it at any time. You can go to an LLC. You can go once you go to LLC, a corporation, it's kind of hard to start changing. Now, what I tell people is LLC. How can I explain the corporate? I don't want to get into the legal thing of it. But I used to have an LLC in Ohio. I was going to open another store. I was going to have 2 or 3 stores. Now, a corporation, I want to say, is when you're going to have many people owning it. But it's something that you want to look into what one works best for you. But when you have a corporation or an LLC, you want to give yourself a wage. You just do. And that's going to show that, hey, my corporation is not making enough money, or it's making only this, but you're getting paid. You're an employee. You're the owner, but an employee. And you're still making money, but that business is not going to get taxed to shit. And it's different. Now, you do got to pay taxes on your money that you're coming in with. There's a couple different ways. You can 1099, or you could do the withheld. There's different ways. You got to look into what works for you. But I'm saying is educate yourself on that part. I'm not going to pretend I know about each and every single level, but you do want to figure that into your profits. Is how much time do you go in? Now, I know people are going to laugh. I'm worth $200 an hour when I'm wrenching on a computer. That's what I make. And that's why I tell everybody. And they're like, "What?" Now that's when I'm wrenching on a computer. Now a lot of times I can take out their hard drive, stick it in my other machine, do a virus scan on it, and everything else. I'm just hitting buttons, and then I'm going to go back in. And I'm going to have to manually remove some stuff. That's when I'm wrenching. That's when I'm getting my pay. And people know that. Or, hey, guess what? When I'm wrenching on a phone and I'm changing out a screen, it takes me 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and I'm going to charge, like $125, and the screen costs me $25. There you go. That's how I've been trying to get my prices. And someone asked me also, how do I take when people want to negotiate after I did a repair? I know I'm kind of throwing a lot in here, but hey, guess what? That's what I do. People, when I do a repair and they try to negotiate, they can't with me. I have a form, and what I do is this: before I wrench on their machine, they sign it. I give free estimations. I can't talk today, but let's say someone comes in with a computer, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be $50 to do that. That's all it's going to be. All I got to do is reload the whole thing and recover your data. Not a big deal. I can do that $50. They sign a piece of paper saying Gary Orner is going to blah blah blah. And it's going to say, going to perform this for $50. Upon being done, before how does it say it now? I should get one out. It basically says, before I release the item, the $50 must be paid. And they sign it. They get one and I get one. They have to bring that piece of paper back to even get their machine. And if they go, I don't want to pay $50, I want to pay $40. Guess what? I'm going to keep their machine, and after Wisconsin 60 days, and Ohio was 30 days, I sell it. I didn't care. I sell it and get my money back. Now there's different rules in different states. Some states say if you sell it, you got to give the money after the repair. So if it's $50, I got $200. I got to give the $150 to the customer. Other ones say, nope, it is what it is. You didn't pay. Hey, what's up, Kish? So the whole thing about people negotiating after the repair, if you do that form, and that's why forms are so important. If you do that form, you're not having that issue. So you're gonna, like I said, someone's gonna come in and let's say an iPhone repair. I do an iPhone 6 screen and I say $125. They say, yes, I want that repair. I'm having them sign a piece of paper saying, I will pay Gary $125 once the repair is complete and the phone is working. So I have that piece of paper signed for me and signed for them. And I signed it also. They have to bring that piece of paper back to me. They have to pay me my $125 before the phone is released. I warranty my phones. If something's wrong with the phone after I fix it, or one of my phones, they can bring it back to me and I fix it. So I never had that negotiation. That's why paperwork sometimes a necessity. It saves a headache later. It's huge. It's a huge, huge thing. So I can go to court. Let's say someone wanted me to fix their iPhone 6. I fix it. They're like, I only want to give you $100. Well, no, I'm not going to do it. I hold their phone for 30, 60 days, whatever your law is. Some laws are 90. You hold it for 90 days. You give them 90 days, and then you sell the phone. They take you to court. You have your little piece of paper that has said it with a date on it. You go, I repaired the phone, sir, and or ma'am, or judge, or whatever you want to call them. There you go. I repaired the phone on this day. They owed me this much money. Is that true? Yes, it's true. Oh, they're in their legal right. They sold your phone. Too bad, so sad. It's that easy. It does take some time, but I've never had to do it on a phone ever. I've done it on computers once in a while. I've done it on computers. I've repossessed computers. To give you one, when I was back in Ohio, I had someone bring in an $1,100 Dell, and I'm like, $1,100 Dell, but whatever. It had a hard drive go out on it. I'm like, okay, I'll recover the data. My recovery for data is $100. And then I charged them for the hard drive. Back then, I think it was $130 or something like that for the hard drive. And I said it's going to be another $130 to, install everything. So if you don't want one of them services, we could take that down and you can do what you want. They wanted it all. Cool. I did the service. The only thing I lost on was the data recovery because I couldn't use it. Everything else, I had a nice new computer there. I turned around and sold that computer for $890. So it was only going to be like $300 for me, turned into $800. And I didn't have to do nothing to them. I mean, they knew. They came in and they knew. They still shop with me. They still have me repair stuff. I do it. I do my free estimate. I turn around and do that. And I tell them this is what it's going to cost. That estimate is good for 90 days. If you do not have the money, please do not have me do the repairs. But sometimes they do. It is what it is. And after that, and when they tell me to do the repairs, I ask them again. I said, this is what it's going to be. Have them sign the form. You will have to pay this money before you pick up this up. Yep. And that's that. Now, some places do the repair before. I mean, they collect cash before. I never do that because I am a no fix, no pay. So if I can't fix it, you're not going to pay for it. And I have had things I couldn't fix. I would get something in, I'd be cocky. I'm like, I can fix that. It ended up being a hairline crack on a motherboard, and it's just not worth fixing. I can't rip off a person like that saying, well, the motherboard's $130. You're going to end up paying me $100. I can get you the computer for $120. A lot of the times. I mean, I don't know where some computers are. Here we go. Like this. This computer is worth $250 if I fix it. What's wrong with it? It's got a cracked digitizer. The actual LCD is working. The hinge point's gone. Now, that's not the big part. That's about, I want to say, $80 in parts. I got this for free. Okay, $80 a part. The big part is the bezels broke. These bezels are crap. They're made of plastic, and the screw joints are made of plastic. Them bezels, the bottom and top bezel that's broke on this, cost them another $120 for me to buy. So now I'm at $200. I am not putting $200, and then my time to fix this, it would take about 45 minutes to put everything and strip this down and put it all back together for me to make $50. I ain't doing it. It's not worth it. Guess what? Ready for this? I got this for free. I can put it up on eBay the way it sets and get about $80 for it. So where would you do? You always sell the broken one. That's a good way to sell the broken unit. Here's something. Here's another thing. This is 1980s. You guys would find out I like 1980s stuff, 1980s computers. This is a Magic game, and it's completely sealed. It is for DOS, MS-DOS. It was made by IBM PC. I've never played the game. I'm not a Magic person. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it retailed at $5 at sometime. I paid $2 for it, and it's worth like $60. I haven't sold it yet. I got stockpiles. This one I bought for me because I'm an NFL guy. I paid $2 for it. It's $5. This one's only worth $10. This one's a CD based one. It's not 80s. It's like 90s. But it's making money is easy. Here's another way to make money. Oh, look, it's Ray Charles. But I drink soda. You guys that start seeing me drink Pepsi. I drink Pepsi. And collecting cans. I don't throw these away. I take them to the recycle center. I get money. I go to the recycle center and pick up broken computers. And I fix them. Seriously, they give them to me. I'm like, I want that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, here you go. I take them home. Well, I would say about 25% of the time, there's nothing wrong with them. And then about another 25% of the time, they need cleaned. And about 50% of the time, something's broke on them. You know, something's wrong with them, and I got to do something to them. But seriously, it's a fun thing to do, fixing stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go. I've been on for 15 minutes, and I got some other 3 videos to make, and I got to do the editing on them. I'm not going to do the editing on this one. This is live. But remember, guys, get this PayPal Live or PayPal mobile card readers. They're free. You can do $500 before they start holding money with the swiper. If you spend $30, $30 only, you get a chip reader, and you can start taking credit cards and get your money instantly. Everything with the chip reader, you get instantly. It's totally unlocked. It's your money. You can go draw it out right then and there. I don't know what your limit is on withdrawing of your out of your PayPal, but you could call PayPal and get that upped if you needed to. But there's no limit. You can sell $1 million. I'm pretty sure once you're a business account, you get this. But if you have the swiper, you only can do $500 on a 7-day rotation, or they start holding it for 30 days. So if you do $100 every day on the 2 days, you got to wait 2 days before another $100 opens up. If you do $500 in 1 day, you got to wait 7 days and then all 500. So it's a 7-day rotation. 1 day drops off when another day comes. If you do swipes, if you buy the chip reader, it's $30. You can go right to PayPal, and it's 100%. You get it all unlocked. Always use a chip reader, and that because if you're selling cell phones and locally, you can rack up $500 really quickly. I mean, 2 sales, you got $500. But a lot of people love that I take credit cards. They just like it because it's like, hey, it's not cash. I think it makes them feel better about tracking it. I've never had anyone do a chargeback ever. It gives a receipt. You don't have to do anything there. It tracks it all for you. It's just nice to have. Them readers, I have 2 readers here. I actually, you guys seen that I opened the one right in front of you. I got the chip reader I use. It goes to Apple or it goes to Android. I'm an Android guy. I can't wait till the Note 9 comes out. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to do some editing, 52 minutes live. That's actually a nice long thing. So keep the flip real, and I am out.